Good morning, folks. Today's soap is from Wild West Shaving, named Texas Rangers, and the scent profile of this is mesquite, sweetgrass, cactus flower, amber, eucalyptus, and citronella. And there we go. That's what the soap looks like on the inside, and it's fairly firm but very easy to scrape out to put in a bowl if you're bowl lathering. This is a plastic container. It contains about 2 ounces of soap, and the container resembles a tobacco tin. Yes, I was thinking I want to make sure I don't forget here. Forget this part right here. The blade in there is a PolSilver, and it is in a shaver that came from Mac Metalworks. This is an all brass handle. And this top cap here, the head is patterned after a 1965 Gillette Tech, and also there's no overhang right here. It's a pretty nice shaver there. Got my pre-shave Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Ice. It's scentless, but it is methylated. Got my alum block complete with rubber band. Also, there's witch hazel with aloe. I'm going to follow the shave up with Stirling's Electric Sheep. Thought that was a good one to follow up with. And I've got it whipped up here with another Vie Long horsehair brush. That's what it looks like there in the bowl. I've got quite a bit of lather there. There we go. I've already used a hot towel to the face, so I'll go ahead and get my pre-shave on here. The shaver is this particular, I guess you might say, set up in the way of the Gillette Tech head. I had bought a few of these shavers with different handles but with the same head, and gave them to the older boys. And the response from one of them was that this was the smoothest shave that he had gotten, was with one with that Gillette Tech head. That head that was patterned after the Gillette Tech head. It is a pretty smooth shaver, especially for somebody that's relatively new, starting out, not used to feeling the blade and whatnot. This would be another one of those that... There goes my phone. that would be one that would be recommended, would be a Gillette Tech, or if you can find one like this. I think there's one similar to this on Italian Barber. I'll look it up, see if it's still available. If it is, I'll put a link down below in case you've got any, know of any new shavers coming along that might need a mild shaver. That would be a good one. Matter of fact, if I remember right, last time I looked at it, it was like $7.99. It might have been on sale though, I don't remember right offhand. But it's pretty inexpensive when you find one. I have seen one very similar that's been selling on eBay for $10.99. And I don't remember whether that was free shipping or not. Also probably depends on your experience whether you shave with a vintage Gillette Tech or not. In other words, having any experience with the shaver itself, but it is a fairly mild shaver. My experience with this one here has been that it seems to be a very good shaver regardless what blade I'll put in there, whether you go with a derby, considered a mild one, to a feather. You take your pick. It still gives you a nice, smooth, mild shave. Might be just a little bit more aggressive with a feather, but it's not that bad at all. pretty good shaver. Now, just like most of Russell's soap, if you haven't tried one of his soaps, his scent is still very much, I can say, present. You can smell it as you're whipping it up in the bowl. Relatively easy to whip up. Didn't take a whole lot of effort, in other words. There's a couple of guys at work that I have given samples to, and also got a couple of the pucks also that I got them. It's his scents are very, in my opinion, compared to some, might be considered a little strong. It's not lightly scented. In other words, you can definitely smell it, and that's something I like. Some of them are lightly scented, and sometimes I might smell it while I'm whipping it up, but when I'm putting it on the face, for some reason I'm not picking it up. So for my nose, Russell's soaps work well for me when it comes to the scent. It kind of makes the experience somewhat, I guess you might say, more pleasurable if it's a scent that you're liking. I like this scent. I know some people, when you hear citronella, they run from it, but for me, I like it because that's not the only thing my nose picks up, and I think that's the, I guess you might say, the expert at work. When it comes to whipping up a scent. Knowing what combinations to put with what, really like black licorice, the cedarwood helping take some of the edge off of it, if you will. Licorice is a strong scent. I should say black licorice, not the red stuff. This is going to be a very nice shave, a very smooth shaver. Could definitely shave with this all week. Especially if you're in one of those situations where you're going to be hustling about quite a bit, be very busy, and you still might want to still get a shave on. This is one of those shavers. Because it is such a smooth, shaver. You can, in other words, if you had a quote-unquote speed shave, this would be one that you'd want to use. Don't know that you want to use an R41 unless your technique is very good with it. In other words, you're a more aggressive shaver, unless you're just planning on doing like a 1 or 2 pass shave, something that's more efficient, depending on how close of a shave you're looking to get. Smooth and comfortable, socially acceptable. Yeah, this shaver would do just fine. I have a few Gillette ball ticks. When I first started shaving, I picked up a few of them. Really enjoyed shaving with them. But I always noticed that I was, back then, to grab the Parker was what I gravitated to quite a bit. I've always felt like that was the shaver for me that would get that little bit closer shave. I mean, this is a really smooth shave. In other words, for those that are just now starting out, relatively new, not everybody likes them, I understand. But depending on what kind of beard type you got, this just might be the one for you. Feels really, I mean, it's hard to keep on saying smooth, but it really is. That was the third pass. See how smooth it is. Notice it didn't take very long to go through all three passes, and it would be even better if I wasn't talking. There's that one spot right there. Sometimes it'll take a few extra swipes to get that one spot right through there. And that's all there was to it. Really don't expect that the alum block is going to have much to say about this one. I can still smell the soap. Electric Sheep, if you haven't tried it, in my opinion, I was very surprised on this. This is good aftershave. The scent, at least I like it. Know that some of these scents are very subjective. There was one a while back, I remember, that came out. If I remember, it's Barristan Mann's Night Music, and it got some really mixed reviews when at least the ones that I read. I was kind of surprised, when you read the title and what's inside, in other words, in the way of the scent, wouldn't have thought there would have been that many people that would have, I guess you might say, objected to the scent. It is kind of interesting sometimes how some scents take off rather well and some don't. The love-hate on a scent, and I think Citronella, when people hear that, that's what they do. As soon as they hear it, they run away from it. I say, I like it, it smells great to me. Like that better than dirt. Dirt that scent just does not do well for me. I'm not a big fan of it. I guess you might say, of all the scents that people may say that they don't like, for instance, some may say they don't like Arco. I'd rather have Arco than dirt, mud, or anything like that. Arco's to me, it's a good, clean scent. Excuse me. Like Williams Mug Soap, my wife, she was picking up more sweetgrass than what she was thinking of in the way of Citronella. And I rely more on her nose because her nose is a lot better than mine. But even at that though, Williams Mug Soap, it's just, to me, it's another one of the different kind of clean scent that smells good to me. I like it. I'll put a link down below for Russell's soaps. Electric Sheep. The his website, if you haven't been there just yet, he's got several different scents to be choosing from. Yeah, this would be a good one to follow up with. That's what the restrictor looks like. It's a plastic one. The brown bottle to me is a nice touch. It reminds me of the, I guess you might say, those days when you used to walk into a pharmacy and a lot of their medicine, when they would hand it out from, the pharmacist would hand out, would be in a brown container. A lot of brown back in those days. When I was growing up, when it comes to the color blue, Phillips, milk magnesium, that's what I think when I see the blue. It just, back in those days, that's what I remember seeing all the advertisements from. If you've been around long enough, you know what I'm talking about. This is really good stuff. Once again, here's the shaver of the day. Like I said, there is no overhang, so you do have to shave the upper lip. You don't have to worry about the overhang. That is, to me, that's a pretty nice feature. And this blade did rather well. There it is, PolSilver. This, yeah, this worked out pretty well. I liked it. It's kind of a sad story though when it comes. If I remember right, this is the one that, yeah, PolSilver was the one that they quit making. Did get a few up. I think there still might be a few out there available, but you may pay just a little bit too much, you know, compared to other blades. At any rate, I had a really good shave. Oh, and if you're wondering what's on tap for Monday, as it goes for soap, Monday morning I'll be using Russell's Winter Lodge. On Tuesday and Wednesday, the last 2 days of the month, got a special soap that I got from a lady. We're going to be reviewing those and giving that a shot and see how it works out for me. And you can follow me on my postings on my blog, and I'll put a link down below for that also, so you can follow along if you want to. Had a great shave today. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.